Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike from 1AAuto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And next time you need parts for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we show you how to replace the front window regulator, or the mechanism that makes the window go up and down. This is a 2006 Nissan Sentra. The procedure is basically the same for 2000 to 2006, although some years removing the door panel may be a little bit different. We do the driver's side. Passenger side is obviously pretty much the same procedure. You'll need a flat blade screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, a 10mm wrench or a socket with a ratchet extension, and also a putty knife to help you get off the water and sound insulation from the door.
Okay, you can actually take this panel and lift up. You have to kind of get your fingers underneath and underneath back in here and lift up firmly. Okay, comes right out. And then this lifts up firmly as well. Okay, and then right back here, there's a little tab on your harness. Push that in and disconnect the switch harness. Okay, now right in behind here there are two either they're 10mm bolts, or you can use a Phillips screwdriver, although usually using a socket and ratchet is a little easier. The screwdriver, you do have to press quite hard and then get them going. Come out. There's another small clip right up in here with the Phillips screw. Put your screwdriver in there and lightly turn it. You may have to just reach in behind with your fingernail or a flat blade screwdriver and try and pry that out, because it doesn't always come right out. Okay, there's also another Phillips screw right down here. Bottom of the door panel. Remove that screw. Okay, then take your small screwdriver and carefully pry out this bezel around this door handle.
Okay, next up you want to carefully remove your water shield. I'm actually using a putty knife because it's kind of stuck on with some like a butyl style adhesive bead. Just be careful. You don't want to rip this water shield. It's both a water shield as well as some sound insulation. So you just kind of have to work at it and go around the edges. And even though I am doing it in fast motion here, you do want to do it carefully.
Okay, now inside your regulator is actually a cable activated regulator, and usually what happens is you hear a popping noise, and then you can hear the motor running and some crunching and grinding, but your window doesn't move anywhere. And usually actually if you grab onto your window, you can move it up and down by hand. And what you want to do is either move it up and down or have a helper move it until you can see the bolts. Go back here. Okay. The bolts that hold the regulator to the window, you want to be able to see them through these two holes. Okay, and then we're going to take those off. It's a 10mm socket with a ratchet extension.
Fast forward here again as I finish removing both those bolts.
Once you have that unbolted, you can lift your window right up, bring it back of it forward a little bit, and it just comes right up and out. Okay, now to remove the regulator and motor, first you want to unplug the motor The connector's right here. You just kind of press down right here and pull. Okay, then there's 3 bolts that hold the motor. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, 2 bolts at the top, and you can just loosen that bolt, and then it slides out through that hole. And then there are 2 bolts at the bottom as well.
I'm going to speed up here as I just use my 10mm socket with the ratchet extension to remove those bolts. There's 2 of them that you just loosen, and then you slide the regulator over or the motor up, and then pull the bolts right through the enlarged holes.
Okay, now reach behind, slide this back, and this rail out. You can reach right in here and pick your motor up. Okay. And then bring the regulator and motor out through here. Okay, so here's my original. You can still see it's still in good shape, so I'm going to reinstall it. Do one from 1A Auto. It's going to go in there. It's got all the same mounting points. Okay, the only difference is it has a pigtail. Okay, just you bring the pigtail out and connect it. Just a slight difference, but it's going to bolt in there exactly the same way as the original. Okay, to reinstall, you want to make sure you have this bolt right up here installed, and put the regulator and motor in the door. You're reaching through here, kind of pull the motor up a little bit, put the regulator up, and hang that bolt up right there. Then bring your motor over. Okay, and hang. It's got 2 teeth right there that you hang up, and then you can just start all your bolts right back in.
And we'll use some fast forward again here as I thread all the bolts into both the motor bracket as well as the rail, and then use my 10mm socket and ratchet to tighten those bolts up.
Okay, once you've tightened it all up, then you can just plug this right back in. And as I said, on a replacement, you probably pull the harness through, loop it around, and then just connect it right out here. And now you just want to take your window, put the front down in first. Okay. Then what I'm doing is I'm kind of looking at the front, making sure the front goes into the track there, and then looking down inside, making sure the back goes into the track properly, make sure it slides up and down easily, and then let it down, and it contacts the regulator. Okay, and then right down here, just kind of move your window around a little bit. Usually easiest if you put the bolt right into your socket and just feed it through and in. You need to lift up on the window just a little bit to get it started.
Fast forward again here as we install those 2 bolts that hold the window to the regulator. Okay, if you like, you can plug your power window switch back in and turn your key on and test the window motor. And after that, carefully put your water shield back on. What I like to do is line up the 2 holes in the middle where the screws go through the door panel and secure the door panel. That way you know those are lined up, and then just stick the rest of it on around the edges.
Okay, we're going to install the door panel pretty easy. Just make sure that your harness comes through. Hang the door panel up. Make sure it goes down all the way. That, then your clips should line up. I just need to kind of push it in and out a couple times. down here, just kind of lift up a little bit. Put these two Phillips bolts back in. Okay, this little plastic one just pushes right into place. Okay, screw underneath. Right into place. Okay, this goes on. In to lock it into place. Reconnect your power window switch. Put the front down in first, then lock the back into place. And then put this right into place and press down and off.
We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.1aauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.